Hello, hello. Welcome to the Atelier Nekozuki stream. My name is Katie. We are not going to pull me off. We're going to move my webcam up here. Today is April 1st, 2024, and we are working on getting the top stitching done on all of the large box bags. Just pulling up my video. There we go. I've already got all the white top stitching done for the handles, and now we are rolling into doing the bags. I'm 25 out of 45 or something like that for the top stitching here, and now we're just gonna, we're just kind of trying to crank along here. It's Easter Monday, so the kiddos are out of school, but Dallas is home. So he's chilling with them upstairs. I'm down here until dinner time, basically. And then stuff and things will happen. Basically, I did end up stopping when I had to swap the bobbin out here. So just get this top stitched, and then I do chain piece the top stitching. By basically just, well, you'll see in a second. So we do this, lift the needle, arrange this other side, lift the needle, pop it underneath. Nice and smooth. So I can start winding the bobbin. Go. So last week we had like a bunch more snow again. We had another like 3 to 4 inches of snow. And folks, it is gone again. We are like plus 10, I think my watch just said, which is like insanity for April 1st. Also, it is April 1st. When and how did that happen? It's like, what is time anymore? Like I'm already having issues with that, but like, especially now, it's like, what is going on? Because this is getting out of hand now. So a lot of this weekend, I ended up falling victim to the stomach bug that my eldest had last week. First, the youngest fell victim to it, and then I fell victim to it. Dallas has said that he's also been kind of like, blech. So it's like, ugh. And it hasn't just like, well, yeah. Whatever. I don't really want to go into detail. It was gross. I don't like being like stomach sick because it's just gross. Okay, I am missing the handle for the fans, so we are going to have to do a very close look here. I think it's right there. There it is. Okay, good. So basically what I did over the weekend, because we were not in any fit shape for me to come downstairs, is I have turned the handles. I ironed all of the bags, all of the handles, and I also trimmed the twill tape as well. Because I trimmed the twill tape in bulk, a lot of the pieces did get quite a bit larger. So I will be trimming them down here for the black ones as we go. But that will happen after top stitching, because basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through and top stitch everything, and then I go in and we will be clipping the twill tape into the bags after that, and that's when I'll trim down the black. The ones that were the natural kind of like vanilla tone, twill tape have all been trimmed down already. So excuse me. So it was still a highly productive weekend, and it was good because then I was able to like hang out with family, and still actually get a significant amount of work done. So that was nice too. But today I was like, I looked at Dallas and I'm like, I need to go like do my sewing machine work now, because like I've done everything I can possibly do upstairs. I got all the planner pouches with their belly bands and all of that even, so that was good too. Okay, I am seeing that the camera is shaking a little bit more than I would prefer. So I'm just going to try and back the phone up here so that the stand is not like pressed against the sewing machine. No, it is leaning forward. I bet you that's because it's sitting on the pile. Give me 1 second. We'll stretch me out. Hi. Lovely face cam. And you can see where the phone actually is. Oh yeah, okay, I see what's happened is it's like on top of the actual like extension cord that I use. All right, all I want to do is that. And then it's like not pressed against the sewing table and like jiggling, hopefully. Hi. Now we'll shrink me back down. Maybe. There is like a studio edit thing or like layout edit on this, and I just apparently am going to refuse to use it today. There we go. And we're going to put me up over here. There we go. Because then I'm out of the way of the actual sewing machine. I was using this angle though to like do some recording for hopefully a little bit longer format video in a few weeks, and I was like, this is a good angle probably for the live streams as well. So here we are. We'll try it out at least. Something a bit different. You definitely get a better view of the sewing desk than you would typically, which is nice. So go. But anyway, yeah, so like I am feeling far better than I was this weekend, thank goodness. Thursday was horrendous, and that was the night that I definitely had the stomach bug. And then yeah, it's just been like, yeah, it's just been a week. I don't know when it's not a week right now, but this didn't help anything. In fact, it made things significantly harder this weekend. Or week. We did have a nice Easter dinner with family yesterday, though, so that was good. The kids were very excited about the Easter bunny visiting and the egg hunt, which was also nice. And I'm really hoping that we're done full spring now, and it's just kind of here to stay. Like, a little bit more snow wouldn't go amiss right now. But hopefully it's like that kind of stuff where it falls and then it just kind of melts within the next 12 hours and then doesn't freeze. So ready to just be able to go outside when we want, sort of thing. And yes, you can remind me that I'm wishing away winter if I complain about the heat in the summer. Although I typically prefer the summer heat. So thankfully. My favorite days are those days where it's like really, really, really hot. And like, yes, I do stay inside. And yes, we are spoiled. We have AC. So on those really hot days, we do get to stay quite a bit cooler. And considering that like my studio is down in the basement, that helps significantly with like the amount of heat that we end up actually being exposed to throughout the day. But why I really like those days, it's like, because then when the sun is down and it's like in that nice gloam, the dusk, and you can sit out on the deck in like just a t-shirt, and I don't know, something about it just hits just right for me. Sit and chill and just like, yeah. I am also a night owl though, so that would explain probably a little bit of that too. I like when it's warm at night because I'm a night owl. That makes sense. So I figured I top stitched 25 plus the handles before I had to go upstairs and do carrot tasks. So I figure we probably have about 4 hours of top stitching left, maybe. Hope a little bit less, but that's like the extreme edge of it. And if I don't have to be running around after kids down in the studio as well as doing the sewing, I think it should be faster. We shall see what happens. What else did I do? Oh yeah, so we got the tags into I got the belly bands onto the planner pouches, and then I also got the ribbons into the drawstring bags. So they're done and dusted. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to price them at. Because it's like, they are more work in some ways and less work in other ways, and then the small wedge bag. So they kind of have to be like, I don't know, because the other part of this is it's like, it's also 2 layers of Japanese fabric. So that's definitely going to change the price compared to like doing a bag where the lining is a North American fabric. So I think I have a number. I'm just kind of poking it around the edges and making sure that like it's what I need it to be, I guess. So I need to sit down and do some math as per usual. Pop it into like cost of goods sold sort of thing and make sure that with the number that I've kind of settled on is actually the number it needs to be, I guess, would be the better description of it. Because that's always fun to do. Do also have a preview of a few, little birds. I have some photos of some of the fabrics that may or may not have been highlighted recently. So I'll be posting those to Instagram in the next few days. And then, yeah, we're just gonna chug along here. Shindig is this coming Saturday, so if you are in the Calgary area, we will be at the Genesis Center from 10 till 4. So I'm not the only awesome vendor there. Obviously, there's lots of other ones as well. And that is where you'll be able to find me, at least. Please come talk to me, because this is my chance to have, like, adult conversations when Dallas is at work. Oh no! Rather than just like monologuing at this into a mic for YouTube, I guess. There we go. That's the difference. There's less interactivity on a YouTube stream. Although, if you celebrated Easter, I would love to know what you got up to. We didn't really do anything special. Like I said, Easter Bunny came for Easter eggs. I did very pared down Easter baskets this year because I was just kind of like, well, the youngest needed some new sunglasses. The eldest has been asking for a purse. So that's what they got. And then some books. Well, a book each, basically. And I guess some chocolate, because the youngest absolutely adores mini eggs. So I made sure that they got mini eggs, because we haven't bought any this year. And then I ended up snagging like the last 2 bags of mini eggs at Walmart on Saturday, because of course I left it right to the last minute. Given that I was not feeling well, I didn't really have a choice. I was going to go do it on Thursday. But like, it was like the giant, like, what it would be, like the 2-liter bag, I guess, almost. It was huge. I'm like, well, they don't need that much. But, so they ended up with like the 200-gram bags or something like that. But yeah, I was like, they do not need a 2-liter bag of mini eggs. Each, especially. And the thing about it is I wanted to make sure that they both had like their own, because then there's less fighting about whose eggs are whose. Because if there was just one big bag to share, there's like no concept really of like, well, they're really good about sharing, but that's a difficult one to explain. Yeah, and then we went up to my in-laws for dinner, and that was good. Dallas has been playing Tears of the Kingdom, which is the new like Legend of Zelda game. So that was part of what we were doing, is like visiting while I was working on stuff I could work on upstairs. And then I had a 9.5 mile training run that I was supposed to do on Friday. Again, I was not fit to run on Friday, but even yesterday I was still like super like gross and out of it. So I did about half of it as a run, and then we went for like a walk, because I was like, okay, it is important to run it, but in some ways the most important part is to get the mileage, just so that like my body is used to doing that much. So half on the treadmill, and then almost half outside. I don't think I got the full amount, but whatever, who cares? It's a half marathon, so it's like I've already done it. Well, May will be the third time basically for a half, because I did Fernie, and then I did the marathon, which is, well, yeah, and then we did the that other one, or this will be the third one, because the Dopey Challenge half ended up being a half of a half, so basically a quarter marathon. Okay, so this is the handle that was missing from this pile. Oh, there it is. Never mind, it was not. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a handle, or I'm missing a bag. I can't remember, because I did shuffle. So I split these up in between their like pull tab colors, and then what top stitching I was going to do for them, and then I changed my mind on a few of them this morning of like, no, they should actually be white top stitched instead of black top stitched. I was actually watching Fat Squirrel yesterday, and during the first half of the run on the treadmill, and I realized that she actually just does white top stitching for everything, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do that, but it is an interesting concept to just be like, nope, just white thread for everything. I think I'll stick to at least white and black thread. I'm not going beyond that anymore. I did used to swap my colors more, but it's a lot of work, especially when you have to like wind a separate bobbin color for each color you top stitch with. Plus I find the white and the black usually frame the work the best, and in some ways that's like, the top stitching is there as both functional and aesthetic, in the fact that like at this point now, this is top stitched out of the way so that's not going to get caught in your zipper. That's the main reason I top stitch. But the other like aesthetic part of it is it frames your work so that it looks a little bit more finished. So like with the handles, yeah, they are totally going to get sewn into the bag, so they should be kept in their shape. But top stitching it is aesthetic, and it's also going to like help hold it in that shape a little bit better. And then with this, it also frames the bag, and then it also keeps the lining out of the zipper. And that's the main thing that we're doing, is trying to keep the lining out of the zipper. Because that was one of the things that did happen with some of my earlier bags, is that without the top stitching, the lining would slip into the zipper fairly consistently. So that is never something you want to happen with your lining. I did already have to also do some repairs. There were some zippers that were not completely caught, and there were 2 handles where I hadn't gotten it stitched all the way across. And of course I didn't catch it until I turned them. The one, it was like, this would have been really difficult to see. It was the white fans, and it was like really hard to see even after having turned it. And then the other one was the potato cats. But they've both been fixed now, so. For the handles, and then the zippers were like, I don't know, some random ones. It was not zipper tape either. It was actually like, I think there's like 5 to fix, and 4 out of the 5 were pre-made zippers, which I was like, oh, okay, that's wild, because we've been having more issues with the zipper tape, but whatever. It's not like it can't happen with either. So we're getting to the point where it's like really easy to see how everything's going to kind of come together, color-wise at least, which is awesome. This is always one of the best parts of this. And then once we top stitch, we'll go in and clip all of the ribbons in. And then we can go in and then we'll sew all the end pieces of the bags together. And then it's boxing, and then it's sewing the boxes, and then it's turning and finishing the bags. So we'll see. I'm gonna have to make a judgment call on Wednesday. Basically, was it Monday? Yeah, on Wednesday we're gonna see where we're at and what we're gonna be able to finish by Friday. Because setup for Shindig is on Saturday. I do have 2 full days, Wednesday and Friday, to work, which is awesome. I do have to still train, so I'm going to have to make sure that I'm not up too late the next few nights, just so that I can get up and get out the kids out the door to get the work done. But yeah, we'll see. We've got 4, actually we've only got 9 more white to top stitch right now, and then we'll head into the black top stitching, so that's pretty good. I think there was something like 20 or 21 left when I came on, so we're over halfway already. And then yeah, we'll get this done. I just realized I cut a light colored tab for this, but it almost would have looked really good with black as well, because there's little black seeds in the strawberries. Oh well, they still look really good. Flip this out from underneath. Oh yeah, and we gotta trim all the threads. Go. I have the window open right now, which is glorious. I'm just looking at the absolute disaster that the desk over there is. Being like, I need to make that list of to-dos after show season. I need, like, I've got the whiteboard in the cutting studio, but it almost needs to just be like moved around, because it's like now I'm like not going to be cutting for a bit, so I need my to-do list out here almost. Or maybe I need one more right beside my desk here, or my sewing table here. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll do. Nice bright and cheery one. I really like how the yellow in here has pulled this yellow floral out. That's what I discussed when I was choosing it. I think with future ones, because I think I'm out of this yellow, I'll go with a white zipper with it maybe, because the lime green, well, I think I only have 1 or 2 lime green ones left as well. All of the little bit different colored zippers are starting to run their course, and I don't think I'll be restocking them just because it would be a lot to maintain a stock of 200 meters of lime green zipper. Hot pink I will probably do, because I do find that I end up using it quite a bit. Just because that ends up being in my color palette a lot more for selections, but it'll be going a little bit more towards like neutral, light neutrals and stuff like that. But zipper's also not going to go bad, so maybe we will get lime green zipper. I don't know. Still need to figure out the storage system for all the zippers so that they don't become the spaghetti monsters that the black zipper became. I was chatting with someone who they were giving away a big spool of zipper. I was like, I don't need the zipper, but I do want to find out where you got the spool. And she was like, well, it's like I just got them at the same time. But she suggested the same thing that I've been thinking is like chat with the electricians, because the wire spools are probably going to be my best bet. So I'll give them a call this week. And that would actually help tidy up the studio a little bit in some ways too, so. All right, here we go. Five more white top stitching bags, and then we'll swap out to the black thread. I'm pretty sure I've got black bobbins wound. I should have black bobbins wound. Okay, yeah, I've got one wound, and then we can wind the other one while we're sewing the first few bags. I think I ended up counting how many bags there actually were when I was upstairs. And of course we had a few pullouts because it's like the interfacing has to be swapped on the handles. But I think it turned out to be something like 96 bags or something like that. I'm like, oh boy. So if you're looking for a large box bag at Shindig, please come visit. April is busy enough, however, that oh, why did I cut that? No, Katie, you can chain piece it. Oh well. The next shop update should be mid-May, to be honest, right now. So apparently we're just doing month updates, at least for the first couple, and then we'll see what happens next. Yeah, so then, but if you're like watching the stream or you're on Instagram and you're like, I can't make any of those shows because I don't live on that side of the country or in that country, or like, you know, you're not going to be there and you're like, I really want that bag, just let me know. I'm happy to like help with that too. Just the full shop update won't be until mid-May at some point. And all that'll be announced. The easiest way to find out about that is actually the newsletter. Newsletter subscribers get first dibs. And so you'll get like links straight to your inbox basically. And it's not necessarily always like really far in advance of the actual update. Usually it's about an hour, but you know, if there's something that you're dying to get. It is a lot of bags. And we're not going to discuss the fact that there's also like, that means that there's about 100 Kato bags. Which means that basically once we're done the large box bags, we're going to go and we're going to sew 200 bags. Because it's like, that whole conclusion of the Kato bag is, why did I trim the thread again? Anyway, the Kato bag is basically 2 bags smashed together. So no. We still have actually quite a bit of cutting to do for those too. Damn it. Should have had Dallas down. Well, the kids are out of school, so there's no way for him to be down here with the kids and for me to do all the other stuff. But because we still need to cut the pockets and we need to cut the canvas for those, so buckle up. That's why I'm like, if I can swing it, we're gonna finish the large box bags this week because I do want to move on to the Kato for the show with the pop-up with Caroline on the 13th. So, and then I technically have one weekend off, but I am still also extremely tempted to actually book a VKL. But the problem with that being that I would need to then photograph like over 100 bags in a week and edit the photos and the listings and get them posted. So I'm just like, I probably will skip that one. Also, so then I can like, that's the catch-up week, basically. Because then we'll have Dawson Creek. Yeah, Dawson Creek's in like 4 weeks, so. I think there's plans afoot to maybe do a family vacation. It's like if we can do it in July, that's the easiest month for me because then I'm not like right on shows. But it sounds like it's going to be like through the long weekend of August. I'm like, that's like 2 weeks before Omatsuri. And 3 weeks before Knit City, and Dawson's like, well, just start prepping earlier. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to start prepping earlier right now. So I think actually what I will do is instead of trying to prep, well, I'm obviously just going to keep sewing, but I think what I'll do is I'll try and get a bunch of like kato done or something like that. And get it like, so that I can do like drawstrings on the drive out or something. I think that's going to be the best option. Yes, I think so. But he also did not have the puke version of it, which is for the best, I guess. And well, here's the thing. It actually had a really long incubation. So like, what was it? The eldest was sick. Yeah, pretty much. Don't stop show prepping right now. We're not done show. We're not gonna stop show prepping until till the cows come home, which is basically October. Well, I guess August, because I don't know what we're doing after that. But hopefully there's some Christmas shows I get into. Although I think I needed to have my applications in already, and I've missed my opportunity. I think there's one in Calgary called the Cuties Club, and so I think I'll try to like get into a few of theirs. Anyway, yes, I think you did catch the stomach bug. Well, like the stomach bug had a really long incubation period, because what, the eldest was sick last Saturday, Sunday, and then the youngest had stomach bug issues on Wednesday, and then I had it Thursday, and it's still not completely gone, but it is like I'm not. That was the one vomit incident for me, and he hasn't. So I think he's like right on that edge. He could be safe, but it sounds like maybe not. It's lovely. It's always fantastic. It's like that roulette. What are they going to bring home this week? At least this year, like, so we had the stomach bug, as I mentioned, over Christmas, and then the only other one was like, this has been the only other one this year. Last year we had like 3, and of course they were all basically in a row, like back to back to back to back. So I'll take this for now. Ugh. Okay, we actually have 2 more, because this was one of the ones I swapped. Top stitching colors 4, so I'm just, okay, so this is second last, the penultimate one, and I'm just going to dig out the other one while I'm thinking about it, so that we don't have to do it here. Well, here, actually, yeah, we'll do the stacks here, and we'll figure out how many we have in the dark top stitching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I need to also find it. That was 6, so we'll just start the next stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, we got drawstrings into the drawstring bags. That's something else I do want to get a few more finished. Hopefully before Dawson, depending on how popular they are at Shindig. Although realistically, it doesn't really matter how popular they are at Shindig. I will need a larger selection, because a larger selection just like naturally sells better, because there's more for everyone's tastes. And I have not really like marketed them yet either, so who knows. 1, 2, so there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the last 2 bags there already for the white top stitching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I hope so too. Like, it's, yeah, because it's also like, it's not just the stomach bug, it's also some sort of like sinus thing happening right now too. So that's always nice. It's like, okay, double whammy. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think that's actually partly what got the youngest, is that they ended up like coughing and basically gagging themselves. And it's like, oh, poor kid. All right. So there is stacks of 5. So we've got, well, this is a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 49 there to go and 2 here. So 51 bags left. That's not bad. This is the woman who was just like, oh my god. Oh, and I was like, we've got 200 kata to go, but we've actually got those extra kata to go because we could, if I actually sit down and we've got those few that are in timeout because of the, oh, crap. We have a lot to do for the kata, I just realized, because it's like, it's not just that we have to cut the canvas and the pockets, we also have to cut the webbing for the D-rings. I hope I have enough D-rings. There's going to need to be a few intensive hardware and like supplies orders after for the next round of stuff. Anyway, we've got those few kata that are in the timeout bin because their D-ring tabs didn't sew in correctly, so we can also tear those out and fix them and have some like fast kato at least, which is nice. Yeah, that'll work well. These strawberries are freaking adorable. Like, they've just gotten better as I've sewn them. Love it. I love when fabrics are like really good before and then just like get better as you put the effort into them. Like these guys. Well, we knew this one was gonna be adorable no matter what I did to it, basically. Pretty hard for this one not to be amazing. Oh, actually, if we do a trip out to the coast in August, I should chat with Paula from Bad Anna's and find out if she wants me to try and get her fall wholesale to her by then. Yeah, I'll have a better chat with her about that later. It does make, so I know that I had mentioned that I was like really considering going out to Fibre's West this weekend. And now having had this stomach bug, I'm like, I am really glad I didn't last minute sign myself up to go to Fibre's West, because it's like, it was snowing horribly right up till Friday. Like, we would have been driving through snow and that crappy spring snow that's always terrible over the mountain passes. And then all that could go through my head, I texted Caroline. I'm like, oh, it's a good thing I decided not, like, against going out, because it's like all I could think of is it was like dashing through the snow, puking all the way. And I'm just like, nope. Obviously, it's better that we stayed home anyway, just like for stock management purposes, but on top of it, health purposes. Ugh. And then not passing it on to people at the show as well. So we're definitely working on getting all of this cleared up for Saturday too. So some good rest before that point. Wet rest with the kids. Yeah. However, we are done gymnastics, which is kind of nice because it does mean that it's a little bit more chill for the week. They just have school. And I think their next set of... Ooh, that's a good point. Their next set of... Oh, yeah, never mind. No, Dawson Creek is on a Sunday. I was like, wait, we might be missing their next field trip. But their next field trip is on a Friday. At the end of the month, I think. And we won't be missing it because they will still be in school because we don't have to drive up till Saturday. That's right. All right. Swapping out the black thread here. We're putting the smaller spool onto the bobbin side of it. We still have Gutermann thread for the black, so I'm just going to use it up before we swap to those really massive spools of black thread. I do have the really massive spools of black thread because Cleaners Supply, who is the people who supply my thread, or I purchase my thread from. I'm not sponsored. I purchase it. Wouldn't that be awesome if I got thread sponsorship? But Yeah, they've got like free shipping over a certain amount. So I always make sure to be over that threshold when I have to order stuff. So I made sure to get the giant black spools of thread as well. All right. Get everything re-threaded here. And then we'll get the handles. So the handles are the first thing to get top stitched, and then we'll go in and we will do the bags. There we go. There are a couple extra, well, they're not really, yeah, I guess they're extra handles, but we got an extra handle because we had those ones to make from the missing handles basically. So we will have a few new small box bags for Fibre Shindig on Saturday as well, simply because it's like there is no point in me not finishing them. It'd be really dumb not to finish them. And it's going to be in that retro Shiba Inu print and the black cat in purple, like black cat windows in purple. Alright, there we go. Done. So let's get these done and dusted. And these are all black tabs. So I'm not going to worry about putting the tabs onto the bags. Excuse me. Mostly because then that will save us a little bit of time. It made sense to do it with the white top stitching because some of them have the like natural tabs and some of them don't. And really, who cares? Although I just realized that I probably am missing 2, so I'll have to cut them later. By the way, I do actually like the appearance of these smaller handles as well. So with the new interfacing, we've gone down a handle size, and I find that they are a lot kind of crisper and like just, they're gonna look really good in the bags. I think they're actually gonna fit the small box bag handles cuts significantly better as well. So okay, yeah, so if we just set these aside into the clip bin that is just like casually hanging out back here, because that's where the twill tape was and all of that. Get out of there. There we go. And if I'm smart, I will put my turner tool back up in the bin and the thread snips that I took upstairs. There we go. So if I have questions, they're up above my head again, where they should be. And the fray check. There we go. Hey, I'm actually like got myself mostly put together. I even have the shears here because of that. Although they're going to sit with the pinking shears. Because that's the next thing we have to do, is we need to go through and cut all the fiber content tags. Yeah, and these aren't even like cut in half, so they can just go in there. I feel like that one didn't have. What did I? Okay. There we go. It's right there. And there's an extra as well. All right. It's not that big a deal to cut a few of the twill tabs. It was just like, if I do this upstairs, it gives me more time upstairs with people that I enjoy spending time with typically. And Dallas can play more video games while I watch, because, you know. No, they're both over on the, they're over with the shears. That's acceptable for now, because the kids aren't down here right now. And honestly, so like I've got, ooh, what happened there? Ugh. Remember, black thread always has issues, especially with this first bobbin. I don't get it. Anyway, yeah, the seam ripper is in with the pull tabs for the zippers, because they are temporarily on top of this little, well, I've got the zipper drawer pulled out, so yeah. And that's actually where I'll look for stuff first right now, anyway. Should I get myself in the habit of looking up in the thing? Yes. Am I going to when I don't have to? No. Although after this, after April, I do need to pull the do need to pull this all apart a little bit and shuffle my chair mat over so that I'm not getting consistently stuck on the carpet. Okay, this one I am clipping together because it's actually already cut in half. So the pieces that are already cut make sense because then they'll just go together. I have to admit that one of my favorite parts of like this whole sewing process is like actually doing the top stitching for the handles. It's just like when it, well, until something like that happens. Because when it goes smooth, it goes very smooth, and it's just like, yeah, very zen activity. Till it doesn't go smooth like this, and then it's like, why are you fighting me? Okay, there we go. I swear. And if you've been watching the live streams for a bit, you've seen it. As soon as you swap to that black thread, it's some sort of issue. I don't get it. Especially because this is also a thinner thread than the white spin. So, like, there should be absolutely zero issue. Apparently, that's the thing we're going to grouch about today. There we go. The grouching subject is black thread. I'm actually going to pull these up because, yes, they're chain pieced, but that is a massive amount of thread between those two. So they can be sewn later. All right. I do have my next bobbin winding as well because we know that it's going to run out sooner rather than later. No, don't you start. I heard that. Why do you do this? Do not understand. Okay, it's like the thread like hops the bobbin, but there's no, like, the bobbins get freaking like wound the same way. It doesn't matter the color. And we've changed the needle recently enough that I'm not worried about that. And I don't need to be. That's still really sharp. Ow. Oh well. Maybe that's another argument for staying with like white thread. But like the white would be so stark against these darker fabrics. Or maybe I should get a second bobbin case. I think what it is it's like the bobbin case isn't maybe set up correctly. Basically, the bobbin case can be like tightened and loosened as you need for, I guess, different weights of thread and stuff like that. And I've heard before that, at least for yarns, the darker the yarn, they will be microscopically larger. So I feel like on a scale with thread, it's very likely that that is part of it. But it's still annoying. Super annoying. Alright, so we're back to the point of like, yes, stomach bug 100%. Not fully recovered there. But whatever is going on up here is still not, now is not a cold anymore. It's just sniffles. And it's like, why? just cannot win right now. Well, I feel like that's true when the... Like, eventually the kids will stop getting sick, right? Hopefully. Okay, the other bobbin is ready whenever we need it. Although it was pretty awesome because our youngest had like a really long nap yesterday. They passed out at our in-laws, or well, Dallas's parents, my in-laws, but and slept for like an hour and a half. Meant bedtime was an absolute nightmare, but they definitely needed it because they don't just like randomly pass out unless they need to sleep. But it meant that even though they went to bed late, they actually slept all the way through to the alarm at 7, which was like glorious because it meant that I didn't have someone coming in and disrupting my sleep last night. Because the eldest is definitely a daddy person when Dallas is home, so he gets summoned. Because that is the parental preference right now. No, that broke the thread. Okay. Wonder actually if like I'm gonna loosen the tight top tension a little bit. I wonder if that's it. But like it's like pulled out of the actual like bobbin case because it's supposed to be like through here, and it's definitely not. So I don't know what happens. I'm gonna fully reseat the bobbin, which I'm pretty sure we did last time I pulled this out. But there it is in. Should be fine, but why? I do not understand. Maybe the other stuff will be better. The white thread's been like really good, so I hope that like the other one, because it's also going to be thicker, then this isn't going to cause quite as many problems as well. I don't know. I sighed earlier. We're like, I think I've talked about this, but we're like trying to potty train the youngest. They had it for a bit and now they don't. And it's just like, but they have had the stomach bug, and so there was a situation today because it's like, okay, well, we just have to start putting them in undies because it's like, well, what else are you gonna do sometimes? But that led to a disaster, and so I had to clean up the disaster. And then I was like chilling up in their room, and I sighed, and they're like, "Mama, you sighed." I'm like, "Yes, I know." Oh, their kids are like, you always hear it, but like they're so much more perceptive than anyone gives them credit for. That's for sure. Or I guess just as perceptive as they need to be, basically. Survival instincts, I guess, or something. Alright, there's one of the duplicates. Actually, we'll just do them both because I've... Actually, no. We'll do this one at the end because it's the one that needs to be sewn into the new one. This is the one that needs to be sewn into the old one, blah, blah, blah. If I do the one with the twill tape at the end, then I know it's the one that's got the new interfacing in it, so. We're just about through half. So now what we'll do after this is we turn it around and we go the other direction. Now it sounds like Dallas is cooking dinner, so we'll see how long I have. We'll definitely get the handles done before I go upstairs for dinner. I will be coming back on after dinner. He gets to take full bedtime tonight. And in part, because if we get the top stitching done tonight, that should mean that I have a really good chance of getting all of these done this week. We'll try our best, because that's all I can do. Now there's like fiber around my nose, and that is not fun either. Can't win. Just can't win right now. I think after the show season, though, I should go and I should sleep for 6 weeks. I need my hibernation time. This one does not have twill tape. Okay. So we will need to cut a few, but that's not too bad. I think it's like 2 or 3. Okay, and then this is the new. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to turn it. But this is my lap. That is one of the benefits to having these be cut up a little bit, is that it's a little bit easier to manage on the way back. Whee! Off it goes. Keep that out of the way. We don't need that sewn into the top stitching. Yeah, what did we decide? So it's this one. Then I'm going to go into the Kato, because the Kato have been very popular. Then we're going to restock the small box bags. And then we'll restock the tote bags. Rinse and repeat. Actually, after that, then we're going into... I really want to make some Kato from Obi and Kimono mix. I think that would look spectacular. I might do some of those for, I might try to get some of those done for the Kimono market in May. Part of the, one nice thing about the Obi is that they should be, as far as I remember, they were actually like one of the widths, like that was suggested for the medium size. I think it is the width of the medium size of the Kato bag, so that's like, hey, just cut it and go from there. Well, that's what you do with all of it, but like without any kind of faffing around. I guess that what I have to decide is what we use for drawstring on it, because I don't know if I would want to use like Kimono or Obi. Obi might be a little bit like tougher. Could interface the Kimono. Might work really well. or if I should line it in like cotton and do the pocket. Ooh, there we go. So we could do obi for the drawstring, line the bag in cotton because that makes sense, and then do kimono for the pockets. Because then they're like, it's not a very high traffic high. It's like a higher use item, but it's also not the drawstring where you're putting a lot of stress on them. There we go. Not a high stress location. But I think the kato and like an obi and kimono blend would look freaking amazing. So we'll see. We'll see if that plotting gets anywhere or what happens in the next like 6 weeks. I can't believe how it's already April 1st. Like, when did that happen? Also, I don't know why it's so much faster to do the second side of top stitching, but it always is. It doesn't matter, even if it's like... There we go. Even if it's like the seam side of the handle, it always seems faster. Alright, the other nice thing with this one, so I had to like trim up the other handles and like distribute them to make sure that the twill was properly distributed, but we do not have to do that with this one, at least before, like not at this step, whereas I had to do it with the other ones. So we'll just be able to go straight into sewing the top stitching for the bags instead of having to pick out handles and all that. I am also going to move this pile of twill tape though before I start on the bags, just so we have more space. That looked like I might have been out of bobbin thread. No, we're still good. Okay. Please, 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 please last till the end. Last till the end. We're so close to the end. I do not want to have to change the bobbin if I don't have to. Probably jinxed myself. But you know, we can hope and dream. We can hope and dream. Although I gotta say, the Gutermann thread is thinner enough, or the new thread is thicker enough that it definitely does not last as long as this Gutermann thread. Ooh, nice smooth straight line there, pretty much. That's pretty sweet with that patchwork, because that is very straight lines. Oh, we might. Oh, we're probably not going to make it. Never mind. We might, but there's more than I remembered there being. Yep. Oh, we're so close to the end. So smooth until it's not. I bet you that we will have just as many issues with the black thread again as we did then. Why are you dinging at me? Oh, it's time to stand. You can still do it. No, I don't think so. Watch. Today we are just going to recover. Okay. Actually, I gotta make sure that I do some laundry this week because the kids are low on pants. Whoops. Although the nice thing is we've hit that age where we don't necessarily need a new, like, clean or multiple clean pairs of pants every day. Usually it's a clean pair of pants each day. But we're even getting to the point where we can start wearing day to day, which is awesome. Means way less laundry for me. Considering that I'm a consistent outfit repeater. Although I do need to get some new, like, summer clothes. So I'm noticing I don't have a lot there. Oof. I need to also, so I ordered some amazing jean shorts from Old Navy. Love them to bits. I need to patch them actually because the back pockets are coming off and the rest of the shorts fine. Because of course the area that I always wear out on my jeans is that like the thigh chafe area. Which these shorts are above that, so they don't get worn out there, but they're worn out on the back pockets of all places. Anyway, the awesome part about these shorts is that they actually have pockets, proper pockets, as in I can fit my whole phone in the pocket. So I was like, okay, sweet. I'm gonna order some like darker wash ones like last year because the old ones are getting too big and like, as we all know, denim stretches out. So I was like, sweet. They're on sale. Perfect time to do it. I need an extra pair of shorts for Florida, blah, 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 blah. Ordered them. They are not the same shorts. Nowhere near close, actually. They're fine. I'll still wear them because it's kind of like, well, I think they're like ridiculous, like way cheaper than they should be, blah, blah, blah. Still annoyed though because it's like the whole reason of why I ordered that exact style was because I thought it was going to be exactly what I got before. It was not, and it's actually marked in the tag as not. But I don't even know if there would be a recourse for that. Anyway, and it's way too late to do it now. But I was just realizing that I should look at their stock this year and see if they've got the same style as what I ordered like 3 years ago now. Like if I was just like too late to get it last year or what, which could be. And they have their clothes on sale so often, it's like just look for it and then there'll be a coupon probably in 2 weeks. Anyway, I just realized that I should, and I did actually look the other day and I think there was some that actually looked the same as what I had previously purchased. So basically the big differences between the new ones and the ones that I love are it's a lighter denim, so they're not going to wear as well, and the pockets aren't the right like size. They're like the itty bitty, I can fit my 3 fingers on it pockets. So yeah, but I did actually look the other day and I think I saw ones that were like the same or like more similar at least on the website. The issue that I have too is that it's like I would totally go buy them in store now because then I could try them on and like get the proper size, but they don't carry these shorts in store, so it's like just bring shorts into the store so I can shop in person, please. Or at least go shop there and then order online when there's a sale. Because that's totally what I would do. Although I do have to say that Old Navy does have one of the better, so they do the pick up in mall thing, and then if they don't fit, you can just return them to the mall too, which is amazing. I had to do that last year because I did order more other shorts, and they looked, I did not like how they looked on me. So okay, let's get these sewing. So how many did I say we had? 49 or something like that? 45 plus these like 3 on top, so we have 48-ish. Sub 50. We'll see what we can get done. Like I said, I do hear Dallas upstairs making dinner, so probably a 5:30-ish dinner time. We'll find out, I guess. All right, supposed to take broccoli up from down here. We started buying the like steaming packs from Costco because it's like then we don't have to worry about broccoli going bad. It's like 4 meals worth of broccoli in the pack, which is awesome. And it's convenient. But I do always forget to take them upstairs. Because Got like a chest freezer downstairs. Working through black top stitching here. Okay, the zipper tape is way nicer for top stitching than the fixed zippers. So that's a huge pro in their favor. So the two big pros for them are, well, three. There's three big pros for them. It's less waste is probably the biggest one. Easier top stitching right now, which is awesome. And then the third being that I can actually change up what kind of zipper pulls I want at a whim, or like, etc. And I do like the bigger zipper pulls that I was able to get for these zippers, because like these ones are fine that are on the pre-made zippers, but the ones I was able to get are quite a bit larger, and like easier to grasp as well, which I think is probably good thing accessibility wise. So yeah. Oh right, I need to get some, I borrowed a shelf from Caroline and I just remembered I want to get some little lights to go underneath the, like under them. Just like some little rechargeable LEDs or something like that. Because then you can see the bags. Because the Genesis Center actually was, I went last year because someone was selling their e-spinner, so I was able to get their e-spinner off of them for a really good deal. Little electric eel. And so I went and checked it out because I've never been to Shindig. And the space is pretty bright, actually. But like, more light is never going to hurt. This, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how pretty this like black cat and wisteria on the navy was. The purple on this navy is spectacular. And they really pulled the pink wisteria out as well, actually. Okay, there we go. Yeah, stay up there, don't come down. Alright. I do need to actually tighten the nut. Yes, the nut on that one. Because the kids have been like spinning the light around, and so it has been slowly drooping. I've also noticed that the phone has been slowly drooping, so let's move that up a bit too. There we go. Actually able to see the sewing space instead of like just staring at the white abyss that is the desk. Because that's entertaining. Alrighty. So if you haven't joined me before, what we're doing right now is we're top stitching the bags, which helps hold both the exterior and interior fabrics out of the way of the zipper, especially when the bag is full. It also helps frame the bag and is like an aesthetic. I find that it's an aesthetically pleasing line. I do not top stitch everything, but I do for the project bags because I don't want the lining getting caught in the zipper. The zipper will not tear the lining, but the lining will jam the zipper. And when I was a young sewist, that was actually an issue that I ran into quite a bit, especially with like the smaller wedge bags and stuff like that. So now we top stitch everything. And right now we're working with mostly fabrics that I did pick up in May of 2023 in Japan. So I go over and I select my fabrics there, currently in Tokyo and Kyoto. I did used to have a shop in Osaka, but it closed in like May of 2020, I think. That one was a really cool shop though, because it was actually a pneumatic tube shop. And so you go around and make your selections with the salesperson. They would give you like a clipping that they would clip or like staple to an order sheet with the amount that you wanted, and then it would get sent up to the cutting floors. It was like a very efficient system and so cool to do. But I think they kind of took it as a good opportunity to get out, because they were in one of the pricier shopping districts in Osaka. I was talking to the woman who used to sell my bags in Japan, and she said that that place had been around since she was like a kid or something like that. So that's insane, but I get it. So anyway, we go to Kyoto and we go to Tokyo now. And we go there because I was actually an exchange student when I was in Japan. And when I was looking for cute cat fabrics for project bags, I went, you know who will have cute cat fabrics? Japan. And lo and behold, who had cute cat fabrics? Japan. And yes, it does work out like 40% cheaper for me to go to Japan to get my fabrics. As much as I complain about flight prices, it is still cheaper for me to go to Japan and buy my fabrics. There are wholesale options available for them, but the thing is that I do not want to work with 15 meters of the same fabric. Unless it's a lining fabric or a pocket fabric or something. Non-exterior. So these are all small batch then as well, because like realistically I'm not bringing home more than about 2 to 3 meters of any single fabric, and a lot of times it's only 1 meter. Especially now that like we've changed up the big bag, like the tote bag style, that's actually going to be having to take into reckoning as well. Hello phone. Why are you upset today? Who knows? It's upset a lot. Okay. It's not letting me restart it. It's plugged in. Hello? Hello? It's just turned itself off. Okay, one moment. I'm going to go to intermission so that you can stare at my lovely face while I get this hopefully figured out. Oh, I wonder if I bet you I knocked the cable or something dumb. Because this is on. Okay, let's pop the charge cable down here. Maybe it wasn't plugged in correctly. Yeah, it's dead. Okay, well, we're gonna let it charge. She'll get to stare at my lovely face while I chat for a few minutes here while that gets restarted. Super annoying because that was at a really good angle. Lovely. Tech. I swear. Everything else is going nice and smooth and it's like mrrr. Especially considering that the black thread is like not giving me grief right now. We just swapped that bobbin and nothing happened. Unlike the last bobbin. Now I'll probably give me all the issues, but you know. Okay, yeah, we'll give that like 5 to 10 minutes to charge. Probably about 5 minutes. We'll be fine. Anyway, yeah, it does still work out. Even though I like bitch and moan and complain about flight prices, it still does work out cheaper for me to go to Japan and get the fabrics, especially with the quantities that I work with. But if you're interested in seeing like what I kind of do while I'm there, I have a couple of really good videos from the last couple trips, because of course there's different fabrics, and I will continue to do that every time because there'll be different fabrics every time and it's fun. So yeah. I know it's like still basically 2 years away, but we're still like, I am so excited to go back. I'm excited to take the kids. And I did moan about Air Miles, and then Air Miles must have heard me because they actually did start listing flights to Japan again. I don't know why or how they didn't have flights for like 3 different times of year, but apparently they must have had something up with their system. So I do swear though that Air Miles has gone really terrible since BMO has taken them over. It sucks. It's like, really? Really? My one friend was talking about how like she's always just done Aeroplan, and they've gone through this whole like they used to be useless, and then because Air Miles was better, and then now it's like back to Aeroplan being more useful, and I'm like, yeah, I hear that. Okay, the phone is a whopping 1% charged, so we'll wait until it's like 2 to 5%. I do not want to do a software update right now. Please go away. You should install the new software. No, I am not going to install the new software. Thank you. I don't need my laptop shutting down on top of my phone. Just make sure Dallas hasn't texted me either. Yeah. All right. Nope, we're still good. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna trim it there since I pulled it out anyway. That was a lot of bags, actually, that we got chain pieced. So I'm gonna pull them up and we'll pop them on top of the other ones so that they're off the floor. Come on, bags. Up you go. Go. And then we're down to however many are here. We're not gonna count right now. Where are we at? 2% charged. Oh, the actual battery says 3, but the screen said 2. Must have just ticked up. Okay. Alright. We will do the top stitching on this one, and then I'll reinstate the phone camera. And now we have confirmed that it is charging, so it shouldn't have an issue. I don't know what was happening there, because everything else that's plugged into that surge bar is fine. So. There we go. Alright. Get this restarted. Okay, now it's already up to 6%. Excellent. Let's do this. Don't die again. No battery death. It's even reconnected to the Wi-Fi. Excellent. Allow. Go. We're going to join. We're going to mute the mic on the phone. And then we'll make sure that this is going to show on the stream. Okay, this one I will go into the studio mode and do the layout, because otherwise we're going to jiggle around so much getting this camera back into its actual like holder that it will be extremely uncomfortable. Okay. Come here, my phone. Actually, I was noticing that YouTube was like, you can now damn it. You can now vertical stream. I'm like, well, that would have been good to know, like, I don't know, however long ago we started doing this. Can I just do... Yeah, there we go. I don't think you need the dual wide. Just the dual will be enough. Sweet. There we go. Alright, now we can actually go back to showing off this sewing desk. Oh, right. I can just transition it up here. Get out of here. There we go. Alright. Black cats with roses. Then we're gonna get cat house crests. trying not to get my mic wire too wrapped up all in all of this. This is part of the reason why I was like, I want the like shotgun mic behind the laptop, and then the shotgun mic was like, we're not gonna pick up your voice. So that was lovely. Okay, get the sushi Neko underneath. Just apparently we're just gonna tick along for a little bit outside of the text, so that's exciting at least. And always nice when the sewing is just like smooth and easy and everything's cooperating for now. Let's hope that it doesn't stop cooperating. Or it doesn't, yeah. It stops cooperating, I guess. Yeah. Right? That's good. Alrighty. I really actually like, so the more I've worked with this dragonfly fabric, the more I've actually really liked it. It's got like a lot of very traditional motifs in the wings, and then the background is like very, it's all navy, but then it's got like hatch marks where it's kind of like a little bit lighter blue. It looks really gorgeous. It's really hard to show up on camera, but it is gorgeous. Especially like streaming camera. It's like as good as the iPhone is. There's just some subtleties it's not able to capture very easily, so. At least until maybe I take some photos of it. Okay. Tick, 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 tick along. Alright, so given that I've like been sitting in the corner for the last couple of years to sew, I do have to say having this window here like across the desk versus behind me, so like basically I was around the corner, which you can kind of see, it's like behind the lamp over here. So I was kind of tucked in the corner, so my body was blocking a lot of the light coming in the window behind me. So having this like a window beside me and me not blocking the light is really nice. It's gonna be really, really, really nice over the summertime actually. So that'll be good. Trim that off. There we go. Had more than enough caffeine for the day, but I still feel like I could use a nap. Need some catch up from this week. That was the weirdest part of the stomach bug is like gave me actual like stomach cramps. Just, like when I have had stuff in the past, I don't remember having cramps like that. It's like, ugh. That is not a fun sensation. It also wasn't like period cramps, it was like stomach cramps. So higher up, basically. I'm glad to be rid of it for now. If that's the last time I see the back of it, I will be happy. basically right now what I'm doing too is I'm making sure that I'm staying out of that seam allowance that we set up earlier. In a lot of cases, I'm finishing the top stitching earlier than the actual like seam allowance or whatever. And I guess another one of the major steps we'll do before we go in and pin or clip all of the twill tape into these bags is I will go in and actually trim up the top stitching. Trimming the top stitching was something I used to do as a last step, but I found it to be more efficient to actually do it between now and before sewing the end seams together, so we'll go in and do that. Does that mean that I don't have threads to trim at the end? No, there's usually still threads to trim at the end. Doesn't mean that I don't have to like dig out the top stitch thread from the end seam and be like, ugh, why is it stuck? Yes, that is actually where it saves me a lot of time. So. I just realized we also have that duck bag in the cutting studio I should pull out and we should do surgery on, because basically what happened is that the zipper got missed, but then I missed it all the way through finishing. So the bag is finished, but the zipper got missed. So I probably should do something about that. And again, that would be also a very easy addition into the fold before Saturday. Plus it's ducks, they're adorable. They're very happy ducks on top of it, so. So I've previously, it's the same company producing these black cat fabrics as it was for the, so with the wisteria as the roses and like bows, and I've had so many black cat fabrics from them, but like these wisteria cats are glorious. I do still think I personally like the navy the best with the like pink and purple wisteria, but like even this whitey kind of butter yellow wisteria here is like spectacular. I don't know. Like, and here's the thing. Everyone like fawns over the sakura, as they should. They are absolutely spectacular in Japan. But my favorite flower that I saw in Japan when I was there on exchange was 100% the wisteria. And I've been chasing that high ever since. Not quite. But, actually, I guess it's tied. I really like the wisteria. I also feel like it is highly underrepresented. But the other one that I like is what is it called? If you ever watched Inuyasha, it's the red flower at the end of the show. It blooms in September. And it's like, it looks, in my head I always call it a spider chrysanthemum, but that's not it. And someone gave me the proper name for it last year, and I can't remember what it is. But anyway, it's very like spindly leaves, or petals. Bright red, and it is spectacular, and I've only ever seen it in Japan. God, I've only ever seen wisteria in Japan, although I'm pretty sure wisteria bloom elsewhere. I thought it was some, now that I'm thinking of it, I thought it was some sort of chrysanthemum, but I seriously can't remember. Kikuge? Kikuge? Kikuge. Oh my goodness, let me look this up, because now it's gonna like drive me insane. Actually, kikuge might be the, kikurage are the, mushrooms in, like the brown wriggly mushrooms in, ramen. That's kikurage. Okay, it's, higanbana is the red spider lily. That's what it is. Let me see if I can I'll get a link for it because it is glorious. So my favorite fall flower are the higanbana. There we go. My favorite fall flower are the higanbana, and my favorite spring flower are the wisteria. Ding. There you go. Yeah, no, those are my favorites. Now, we will be going back and having a Sakura experience with the children when they are older, because I think that that is something to experience. But it's not like something where yeah, it's not something that's as high on the priority list as it once was. There we go. Now, obviously extremely spoiled that I've been able to experience multiple different seasons there as well, but yeah. Spoiled and a lot of hard work. All right, we got 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 27 more bags to go. So we're about halfway through what needs to be dark top stitched. Oh, criminy. Okay, so this isn't something that this is something that normally I would pick up on. This is a non-directional print, but none of the cats, except for one on the back, is facing up. So this is gonna have to have its zipper pulled later and redone. Damn it. Okay. Whatever. And that's how we end up with a giant timeout box some days. Sometimes. Mostly because I just am, yeah, we're in a different stage. So we're not going to tear out the zipper and redo it right now. Which actually means that even with the duck bag, we will do the duck bag later. Unless I go sneak it right now, but... Anyway, that'll be an easy finish for later in the summer. An easy finish for later in the summer. Still super annoying. And usually that's something I'm paying a lot of attention to, is like, which direction should the actual, like, zipper go in? And, like, I do know that that's a non-directional print, but, or, like, at least it has stuff going up and stuff going down. But typically, if everything is pointing one direction, except for one, I would go with the majority rule. Rather than the minority there. Oh well. Saving us a top stitching time. That's what it did. Unintentionally saved us top stitching time. Right, this is a really spectacular print as well, with the like double bloom sakura. They're pink and blue and purple. You can tell that they're sakura and not plums because they have the notched petals. And I really am enjoying this like really dark teal background colors that they've done recently. And then the other cool part of this is also that the florals are outlined, a lot of them in that really nice gold shimmer that Japan does. Alright. Everything else is behaving itself so far. Let's just hope that, again, it goes smooth. That was a small bump. Oh, it looks like it may be dinner time. Whoops. Okay, I am going to wrap up on this other side for top stitching. Dawson's just said dinner's almost ready. And then I will head up. I will be back down after dinner, but I will start a new stream then. So, and also just a forewarning on, I'll give a quick shout out on Instagram when I come on as well. So thank you for joining me so far. And I'll be back in about an hour probably to do some more. I'll chat with you soon.